Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Cape Expectations. Now, we've got loads to get through this week, so we're just going to go straight into it.
We've got absolutely loads as well. We spoke to Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx this week, and they gave us like their thoughts on who is their favourite, Batman or Superman. And you spoke to Stan Lee.
The man, Stan the Man Lee.
That's just bonkers. But yeah, the biggest news at the moment is Batman's after a love interest. And pretty much, again, our audience has decided there's going to be Vicky Vale.
Yes, now this isn't official. This has come from Latino Review, which is kind of a scoop site, but they said they've got a good source that says that Batman's going to get a girlfriend in Batman vs Superman.
So it's going to be like a rom-com.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it's a Superman film, but Batman's going to get a love interest. So
but then they have said that it's going to be more of like I think like the Warner Brothers CEO this week said that Batman's going to be like more tired and he's going to be at it a while. So yeah, we're going to see him in his sort of like
at it a while. Is that
no at being Batman a while? Yeah. But yeah, so he's going to be in his autumn years. So he's probably going to be like a granddad and have kids and little Batmen running around and stuff like that.
So it might be a May to December romance.
That's the thing, because when we threw it out to people, people like Latino Review have said. I mean, obviously, you know, take what you want from that, but they've said that they're looking for like a 20-something, was it? Yeah,
exactly. And Batman's 40-something in the movie. Like we know that, you know, that's a fact. So that's also interesting.
But that's the thing, because they've said 20-something. Some of the people we've had come through, they've pretty much all been young people, but it would be kind of weird to see, like we got Kerry Norton on Twitter says she'd like to see Selena Kyle back, but instead of Anne Hathaway, she'd love Gemma Arterton. Now, Gemma Arterton up with Ben Affleck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it creepy? No, it's not creepy.
It's not creepy. I mean, Bongsy Berry on the old Twitter just simply said Christina Hendricks for Vicky Vale. Now I think that's all over that, right?
Yeah, but then Christina Hendricks,
much more appropriate, like in terms of age.
Damian Rackness, who's Organic Shadow on Twitter, says Rachel McAdams, either blonde or redhead as Vicky Vale, and then somebody else also said Rachel McAdams for Poison Ivy as well.
Yeah, she was pretty popular actually, weirdly, because there's no real buzz around her at the moment.
No.
But she's a really strong actress. She's done a lot of romantic stuff.
What's she in at the moment? About Time she's in.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe that's it. People are seeing her face on posters and thinking, she could be Batman's girlfriend. But she hasn't really done much actiony stuff.
Could be an awesome Selena Kyle, naughty Lannister from Game of Thrones.
He's obsessed with Game of Thrones.
That is good. It's a good show.
Yeah, it is amazing. But what's really interesting is that almost everyone has gone for Vicky Vale.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because she's the most sort of recognisable Batman girlfriend from the movies. Like Kim Basinger was amazing in Tim Burton's Batman. But yeah, no Chase Meridians in here. Jim Chapman says, Vicky Vale has to be Batman's next love interest. It's really been too long since we've seen her. It would be awesome to see her as more of a ruthless, hard-edged reporter rather than a clean-cut, angelic love interest like Rachel Dawes was in Nolan's films. So, I think that's a pretty good point.
I think he says as well that he'd like to see Jessica Chastain.
Yes.
I'd love to see her as anything. Right? She's awesome. Jessica Chastain is an absolute badass in Zero Dark 30.
Exactly.
Like, Chastain, she's crazy good in that.
Perfect Vicky Vale.
Like really, really dark, really sort of brooding as well.
Exactly.
I think she'd fit into like what we want to see in as Batman quite well.
See, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Like to have a brooding female lead as well as the brooding Batman.
Yeah.
But then you might have Henry Cavill still brooding in the corner. Will that
lots of brooding.
Lots of brooding. Too much brooding.
I've got Tari Aguris from Facebook. I'm really sorry. That's probably not how you say your name at all. I don't want Batman to have a love interest in the next films, but if he must, then I would like to see a live-action Andrea Beaumont, only because she is the only main love interest we haven't already seen.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you think they'd go for something like that? Because like we talked last week about, you know, with these films, they're huge, so they chuck everything that people know and people know really, really well into the film, so to draw people in. Like Andrea Beaumont is not a very well-known character in the films.
No, exactly. I really do. Like, I think our social followers have called it again. Like, I really do think it's going to be Vicky Vale.
Okay.
Vicky Vale and Lois Lane sparking off against each other. Vicky Vale is a photographer in the movie universe. She's a reporter. Like, it just works.
Yeah, one thing, we'll end on this then, is Nick Scurfield, Scurfhead on Twitter said, someone who should eventually become Harley Quinn. She's a bit young, the timeline's off, but Juno Temple. Juno Temple's in Rises.
Dark Knight Rises.
I'd love to see Harley Quinn in a movie.
Love to see Harley Quinn. Juno Temple is a very quirky, eccentric, interesting actress who could really, you know, he's right, she'd be great if she wasn't in Rises. But then we said last week that, Tom Hardy, so maybe they could just, distance it from Nolan. And
I think what they did with Harley Quinn in the Arkham games was brilliant, and I loved her, and she's a really, really good character, like really super annoying and really gets under your skin and works really well with the Joker as well. But I'd love to see her in that.
Exactly, and interestingly, actually, Anne Hathaway, when she auditioned for the part of Selena Kyle, she didn't know who she was auditioning for.
Okay.
And she thought she was playing Harley Quinn. So she went in, and it was a very eccentric, weird audition apparently. And then once she realised, she dialed it back.
Yeah.
And obviously got the part, so...
That's very cool. Well, that's who you guys have decided is going to be Batman's love interest. Vicky Vale, front runner at the moment. But for now, our online editor, Matt Risley, spoke to Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx this week about who they'd rather, Batman or Superman. So yes, that.
Who do you like more, Superman or Batman? Obviously, you had the big news of that film coming up.
I'm probably a Batman man.
Yeah, I'm a Batman fan, yeah.
Why so?
I don't know, he's just cool. He's just cooler. he's just cooler. His swag is just a lot. I don't know. It's the outfit's cooler.
I'm a fan of the Christopher Reeve Superman. Yeah. Care to step outside, General? Son of Jor-El, kneel before Zod.
Now, it was also announced recently that Batman vs Superman is going to have a new cinematographer. It's going to be Larry Fong, who's worked with Snyder on 300, Watchmen, Sucker Punch, and he's going to be taking over from Amir Mokri.
I think that's a brilliant move. I think the thing that I didn't really get on with Man of Steel, you can watch this video here, it's basically me and Sam arguing for 20 minutes about, well, whether or not Man of Steel is a good film. But that's what I thought was missing from Man of Steel. It's like that Zack Snyder sort of punch, that sort of, you know, and that's obviously what was missing is he was working with some like jobber on Warner Brothers cinematographer.
No, right, okay, right. We're not going to get into this now because it will be another half an hour, and if you want to see Gav sound like an idiot, watch that video. But yeah, I think that's doing Mokri a disservice. I mean, like, there were moments in Man of Steel that looked like Terrence Malick.
Okay, fair enough.
Seriously.
But what I'm saying is, the thing that for me was missing from Man of Steel was
cinematography, man.
Snyder's sort of trademark, like 300 and Watchmen. You can look at that and go, that's a Zack Snyder film.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas with Man of Steel, I didn't really see Zack Snyder's like imprint on it. And obviously, you know, one of the main reasons for this is this Larry Fong dude.
I personally thought it was an evolution of his style rather than sort of, you know.
I understand that, yeah.
And I genuinely think it's a beautiful movie. Like, there are so many lovely shots in that film.
What do you think then?
Which isn't to say that I think it's a bad thing, but I do think that this concept, Batman versus Superman, if it does end up being called that, this concept does need someone who's perhaps more adept at shooting the fighting stuff. I don't know.
It is pretty big news this guy's come on board.
Does that mean a return to slow-mo?
What it does mean is that they trust Snyder a bit more, maybe, and have let him bring his own guys on.
Oh, maybe. See, I don't know. I don't know if he would have been had Mokri foisted upon him, and the guy does know how to shoot action.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing Transformers 4 next, and he did Transformers 3. So I mean,
and Bad Boys 2 as well. Mokri did.
Yeah. So I mean, he's it.
I love Bad Boys 2. So.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, it's a shame he's gone. I think. I mean, for me personally, it's a shame because I do love the look of Man of Steel, but it's a very interesting development.
Well, it's that time of the week, the one you've all been looking forward to. It's time for the Luthor League. Like, we've had some awesome comments, I think, on mostly on the video on last week's video.
Yeah, loads of great YouTube comments. So, you know, please keep those coming.
And some not great ones as well.
Oh, sure.
Anyone to mention Dean Norris is going straight in the bin. But this is what we've got. We've updated. So, I mean, we have some really good ones, actually.
Yeah, great ones.
What's some of your favourite ones?
Well, I like Idris Elba.
Yes.
He's gone straight in at number 3.
So who was it? I think it was Cool Whip Special said,
yes.
How about a black Lex Luthor, Idris Elba? So we've completely redone it now. And you can see that Idris Elba has knocked Mads off. He's in number 3.
Yeah.
But the other new addition to the top 5, Matthew McConaughey.
Oh yes. Now,
is this because you've just watched Mud?
Mud is amazing. I love Mud, but no. Matthew McConaughey is like, he's smooth, he's slick, but he's always got like a sort of edge of menace.
Yeah.
Like even when he's playing romantic characters, there's always something going on behind the eyes. And I think, you know, with Lex, that'd be a really cool quality.
He's got like a darkness that you sort of love, because in Lincoln Line, we were talking about the other day. He you can tell, even though he's slick and he's slimy in that, he's got something that you instantly like.
Exactly.
And I think that'll be a really interesting thing for Lex. But I mean, I didn't initially see it. But can you see him bald?
Oh well, he's never been bald.
I do not want to see him bald.
Get him off.
Yeah.
Get him off the Luthor League.
But yeah, some of the other ones. What are some of the other funny ones we had?
Okay, so yeah, a very interesting one we had from Canada Shataro. Bruce Campbell as Lex Luthor. Oh wait, Bruce Campbell as old Bruce Wayne is perfect too.
Well, he's got the chin.
No.
So we've got some other funny ones.
Sorry, but no, Bruce. I love Bruce Campbell, but no.
But that was some of the crazy ones. So Gerard Butler and Benedict Cumberbatch have dropped down. Bruce Campbell, Dean Norris still at the bottom there. He's never moving off it.
Come on, Dean. Come on, Dean.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Timothy Olyphant, Tom Hardy still outside chances. But yeah, I mean,
but that's a strong top 5, man. I mean, we've got no idea when they're going to announce it. We're recording this. They haven't announced it yet. But if they pick anyone off that list, come on, that's going to be good, right?
It still, for me though, feels like we might still be missing somebody. Yeah. Like, if you can think of anyone, let us know in the comments below or on Twitter. But it feels like, I don't know. I really want to see some casting that I just go, yes, that is awesome, because up until now I haven't seen it. And then so this week another big thing as well is all the Josh Brolin stuff. So Josh Brolin has confirmed that he was actually in talks to play Batman. I think he would have been perfect. Yeah, he would have been so good.
Yeah, we're big Affleck fans here, but man, Josh Brolin, he would have been perfect. He's got the voice, he's got the chin.
He's terrifying.
He's terrifying.
Cool.
He's cool.
He has like amazing presence as well.
Totally, man. Like, I'm gutted. I'll be honest, I'm gutted.
But then, I mean, we've got so Chris Case. So Case Losty on Twitter says Brolin could pull off dark and brooding. That's Batman.
I love that. I love that comment, because that's spot on.
Yeah.
Laura Eve saying that Josh Brolin would have made a believably badass Batman. And let's never forget this, he was in the Goonies.
Yeah.
Awesome comment, Laura. Thank you. Please keep contributing.
And we go back to Tara Agrees on Facebook, who says, I think Josh Brolin would have been an interesting choice for Batman, but I was never on board with an older Batman. Ben Affleck doesn't look too old, at least. I'm on board with an older Batman.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Obviously, Warner Brothers CEO has confirmed as well. He's going to be like a tired, sort of, chiseled, gruesome Batman.
We don't need...
That's Brolin. That's Brolin.
But I love the older Batman. We don't need another origin story. I'd be happy if he has a bad dream and remembers it, and that's the end of it. Yeah. We've seen it so many times now. Now Julian Guzman says, and this is from Google+.
Nobody goes on Google+.
To be fair, we didn't have very many comments on Google+ this week.
Sorry, Google+.
And after I stuck up for you last week. Although I wasn't a Brolin believer, my picks were Carl Urban, yes, and Jensen Ackles, no. I would much prefer him over Affleck.
Carl Urban?
Carl Urban, yeah, I know he's Dredd, but like...
You've got to make Dredd too, yeah, so...
But imagine, like, Dredd in the Batsuit.
Yeah, no, he's got a good chin.
And he'd be an amazing Bruce Wayne as well, charismatic, charming, again, very, very cool.
Yeah.
But it's not to be. We've got Ben Affleck. We're happy with Ben Affleck, but sad about Brolin.
Definitely. But you had an interesting thing this week.
Yes. Before we go, I spoke to Stan Lee, the legend that is Stan Lee, creator of Spider-Man, creator of X-Men, Captain America, Thor, anyway. And I asked him who his favourite character was, Batman or Superman.
Hello, this is Stan. Who are you?
Hello, Stan. It's Sam here from Total Film. How are you today?
Hey, okay. Glad to talk to you.
Great to talk to you. It's an
honour.
Are
we done yet?
We're asking everyone we interview at the moment to pick a favourite from Batman and Superman. I'd love to get your answer to this one. Who's your favourite character, Batman or Superman?
Well, I don't know. I'm not big fans of either of them.
Oh, really?
No, I mean, they're competitive characters, and I guess maybe I find Batman a little more interesting than Superman.
Okay.
Because he's more fallible.
Well, that's about it for this week. We've got some amazing stuff coming up the next time. We'll be back on October the 2nd. But yeah, just to let you know, so let us know in the comments below about anything you've seen in today's show, and we'll try and include it. My favourite comment that I saw in the comments was someone saying about our last guest, Gareth Evans, saying Gareth Evans should direct Deadpool.
Oh, yes.
All over that.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. But yeah, let us know on Twitter, #KeepExpectations about anything.
Thank you so much for your comments, and see you next time.